Right, everyone stay calm, stay calm, stay calm. Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you are all doing well today. I really do hope that. Second video of today, well, I had to really, didn't I? Matt Law goes and publishes an article on The Telegraph talking about how Erling Haaland wants Chelsea. It's not just Chelsea trying to throw money at this elite, desired striker. Apparently he wants to join Chelsea. Are you surprised when we're the champions of Europe? But that's massive, man. Huge. I'm going to take you through the article today. The article's behind a paywall, so I'm going to put the link in the description, and I urge you all to go check out The Telegraph. I'm not going to be citing it for word, and you should go check it out, basically. Do subscribe to this channel, Football Therapy, if you're new to the experience. Daily content, of course. You can drop a like if you want to show your support. And also, daily content, of course, on Football Yannick over there. I'm talking about all things football, not just Chelsea. Link in the description as well. Football Yannick's great fun. Come join the experience. Alright then, let's get into the big banger story of today and talk about the Norwegian gunman. Cool, so I've been releasing a lot of content, as have many other Chelsea content creators, regarding Erling Haaland, because it's the big story in world football. Where is the most desirable striker? And I say that over the likes of Harry Kane and Lukaku because he's so young. Where's he going to end up? Chelsea are massive candidates in terms of wanting him, but you know, both Manchester clubs would have wanted him. Barcelona, Real Madrid, you think would have a shout. Real Madrid fans are very keen on him. And you got Bayern Munich directors or chairman coming out saying, yes, we think we can get him next summer. So it's no like given where Haaland is going to turn up. One thing we've known from recent reports is Roman Abramovich really wants him. In the similar way how he wanted Eden Hazard and Kai Havertz. Really went hard for a transfer that seemed very difficult and unlikely to happen. So I'm going to take you through the article by Matt Law on The Telegraph and give you some insight. Transfer latest, Erling Haaland interested in Chelsea, even if he has to wait a year. Chelsea ready to wait the 12 months if Borussia Dortmund stand firm over selling the striker this summer. Erling Haaland is believed to be interested in the move to Chelsea if the European champions can find a way of negotiating a deal with Borussia Dortmund either this summer or next. Telegraph Sport reported on Monday that Chelsea have not abandoned their interest in Haaland despite Dortmund's insistence the striker is not for sale this summer. Now this is an interesting stance from Dortmund because we all know they say 100, well, the figure that's being rotated is 150 million, but the release clause is it's less than half of that. It's about 60 million pounds next summer, and even if they sell Sancho this summer, we left so short in terms of how much money they could have generated from this player. It's understood that Chelsea are not only exploring the possibility of trying to sign Haaland this year, but also setting up an agreement for next year if Dortmund remain determined to keep him for another 12 months. Chelsea have a good relationship with Dortmund, from the deal that saw Christian Pulisic move to London in a transfer that was negotiated in January 2019 for him to follow the summer of that year. Also as well, people forget, Michy Batshuayi at Dortmund, scoring a lot of goals. Funny. Anyway, the relationship between Dortmund and Chelsea is there. Whether or not it would be possible to come to a similar arrangement over Haaland if Dortmund will not agree to a deal this summer. That's interesting. That's kind of inferring Dortmund get the best of both worlds. That they come to an agreement and he gets loaned back to Borussia Dortmund because they don't want to lose him for 60 million, but at the same time they need him for next season. So if Chelsea signed Haaland, say now, for 80 million pounds and loan him back for free to Dortmund, or they pay the wages, do you know what I mean? So they don't lose him for 60, but Chelsea get him for not ridiculous money. This may also rest on whether or not Chelsea can sign a different big name striker this summer if Dortmund refuse to let Haaland go this year, but their choices seem limited. A deal to sign Haaland would cost over 150 million pounds this summer, but the Norwegian is reported to have this release clause in his Dortmund contract for next summer. Matt Law goes on into detail talking about the other teams that would be in for Haaland next summer, so Chelsea are really keen to see if they can get something moving this summer, whether that's to sign him this summer or come to an agreement with Christian Pulisic. He's also mentioned how Tammy Abraham could be used in a make-weight deal as a part exchange. I've already reported on this story coming from Matt Law's tweet this morning, so do go check that out on my previous upload from this morning for more detail detail or my opinion on the Tammy Abraham part exchange concept. The fact how Chelsea are pursuing Haaland does not mean they've turned away from Romelu Lukaku, who last week insisted he will stay at Inter Milan. Chelsea want to sign a new striker and currently have a number of balls in the air, with City also in the market for a replacement for Sergio Aguero. That's the thing, isn't it? As much as Pep Guardiola likes these strikerless systems, easy for me to say, false nines, etc., you do feel that Manchester City are going to come in and try and get that super striker replacement for Sergio Aguero, who served them so well over the years. And that's worrying from a Chelsea perspective, although Chelsea seemingly do pay more money for single players than Man City do, interestingly. So I wonder if Chelsea and Roman Abramovich, etc., would be interested in forking out a little bit more, especially with City's peculiar relationship with financial fair play. Even though they got, cleared by CAS in that big lawsuit, they still might be tiptoeing around a little bit more than Chelsea need to be in the market. Let's read on. Should City sign Harry Kane from Tottenham Hotspur, then Chelsea could get a free run at Haaland and Lukaku, while other clubs, including Real, are hamstrung by their financial impact of the coronavirus. While United are interested in Haaland and Kane, their priority is to sign a wide player, with Jadon Sancho their number one target, and Dortmund ready to sell the England winger. Well, there you have it. Yeah, not only Sancho, they have like CDM problems, Man United. They probably could do with a top tier centre back. So in terms of the Premier League main rivals for a striker, it very much is Man City, and maybe Chelsea have the financial edge over the Premier League champions for the aforementioned reasons of FFP and all that kind of gear. Do you know what I mean? So it's interesting. Although he doesn't go into detail in the article, I haven't read you the whole article. Again, I urge you to go check it out. Although he hasn't gone into detail with Haaland wanting Chelsea, he's put in Haaland wants to join Chelsea and is interested in Chelsea either this summer or next. So he wants to join the European champions. No massive shock there. But how can it happen? Well, like I said a few minutes ago, the most likely reason for me is Chelsea have this relationship with Dortmund. They do. They have a relationship with Dortmund from recent loans and purchases and communications. Maybe they can do a similar deal for Christian Pulisic. Actually, that seems the most likely. So maybe the £80 million, so it's £20 million more than the buyout clause. They get to keep him for another year, and they don't actually get to lose so much in terms of how much they can purchase him for this year. Now, this doesn't sound exciting to us guys who want a striker this year, and it's kind of like navigating through an entire season maybe without a striker, a new striker, and not knowing how it's going to go, and watching Haaland from afar, knowing he's a Chelsea player, but how's he doing? That's really interesting. Although you'd be getting your dream transfer, your absolute dream signing in Erling Haaland coming to Chelsea, it would kind of be bittersweet because you'd have to wait and you don't know what you'd do this season. And the football is the most important thing on the pitch, and what if Chelsea have a terrible season? And whatever, it would be hard to feel good about that. So it's really difficult. Personally, I'd love to find a way to just get a striker to Chelsea this summer. Regardless, a good striker, because I feel like in terms of how he play, Thomas Tuchel's designs and his brief from the board, the people above him, will be to try and win the Premier League this upcoming season. And for that, he's going to need reinforcements this upcoming season. Not like, in 12 months you're going to get a really good striker, but you could break his bloody leg in the meantime. Do you know what I mean? So you just don't know, basically. I'm going to put it out to you guys. What do you think? Would you be happy with that theoretical structure of buying him now, loaning him back to Dortmund, and then getting him next summer? That's really interesting, and I think I'd feel good about it, but I'd still want a striker. Maybe we'd loan a striker for 12 months. That's a potential solution, so think about that as well. Get in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this story. What do you think is going to happen? Let me know your opinion. Drop a like on the video. Go check out Football Yannick by clicking the link in the description. Enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me baby.